Okay folks, welcome back. Hope everybody's keeping well. I'm going to tell you a wee Irish shrimp style pattern, and this is the wee fly here. This is a Wilkinson, silver Wilkinson. I tied the gold Wilkinson a few months back for the channel. Now you can tie it, that's with a longish tail if you like, and you can tie it with a shorter tail. So I'm just going to show you how to put the wee fly together. The hook and the vise is a size 10. Partridge Patriot double in black nickel. I'm going to use a uni thread 801 white. I'm going to colour the head up at the top with the Glow Bright floss. So I'm just going to come in, that one about 4 or 5 mil of thread, remove the waist tag. I'm going to put a tag at the back of the fly. That's a oval silver tinsel in small. If you're using the Vineyards, I believe that's a size 14. So I'm just catching that in underneath, and then I'm working my thread down just until my thread's in line with the points of the hooks, and then I'm going to come around with 4 turns of the oval silver tinsel heading down the hook. My last turn, bring it up in between the 2 hooks. This locks in your tag, and we'll just secure that in. Come in and trim away the excess. Now the tail on the fly is a golden pheasant red breast feather, just a natural red breast feather. So I'm just going to stroke back the fibres just to reveal the tip. Now you can scoot fly this tied with the red breast feather dyed red, down a deep red. So I'm just going to come in, catch in our tip, a couple of turns, I'm going to fold the tip back, a couple of turns up over the top of the tip and the hackle. And I'm going to come in and trim away the tip. And we'll just stroke these back with our finger and thumb, and then just do one turn in front of the other. Now I don't get too hung up if I catch fibres while I'm winding this hackle round, because we can just come in and brush those out once we've tied the hackle in. Now I like a good tail on my salmon fly, so I'm going to use up the whole hackle there. I'm going to bring my thread back into position, following my thread round to catch in the hackle, the stem of the hackle, just keeping this in underneath. I'm going to wind that up, then come in and trim away the stem of the hackle. Now at this stage you can just come in, just a wee fibre there, just take that away guys, right? You can just come in with an old toothbrush or whatever you like to use, and just brush out any of the fibres that you've caught just while you were winding it round, because you will catch some while you're bringing it round. Okay, just going to bring my thread on up, and on the way back down I'm going to catch in the rib, and that's going to be a UTC silver wire. So you can use the oval silver tinsel if you like. It's just that the wire, if you use the wire, it'll help the fly last a wee bit longer, just the longevity of it. Now, just going to catch that in underneath, much like I did with the oval silver tinsel. Just going to stroke back my tail here. The body is going to be a large holographic silver tinsel. Yet again, could use just straightforward silver tinsel, or the dual tinsels, the uni mailer silver and gold. So I'm just going to catch this on the top of the hook, pull it into length, just run my thread up, tying this in, and I'm just going to come around with my silver tinsel. I like to get a nice clean turn right at the back onto the tail, and then just overlapping turns of your tinsel to create the rear part of the body. A couple of turns will secure that in, come in and trim away the excess, then we can bring up a rib. You're just looking 3 turns of the silver wire up the body to protect the tinsel. Catch that in nice and tight, then you can bend and break away your wire. We're not looking too bad. That's your first part done. I'm going to use hen hackles, and this is a Metz Magenta Hen cape that I've got, so just going to strip away all the rubbish from the bottom of the hackle. Just come in, stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip. Now, when you're using hen hackles, just remember that the fibres are far more denser than a cock hackle. So I'm just going to catch that in, and you're probably only looking maybe around about a turn and a half of this, just because of the density of the fibre. I'm just looking one turn in front of the other. Right, just want to have a wee check here, because you just don't want to overdress the fly, especially when you're using hen hackles. Right, that's going to be enough for me there, so I'm going to follow this around with my thread. Catch that in and strip away any of the excess fibre that's on the hackle. I'm going to keep this in underneath. Run this up the next part of the body, keeping my thread tight, and break that away. Don't worry about that wee fibre there, we'll catch that in the way down. The way down, catch in another length of your silver wire, or if you decide to use oval silver tinsel, I'm going to catch it in underneath. Just bring it down, tight your thread down, tight up against the mid hackle. Then come in and just get this to open out for you a wee bit so you can see the fly. It's a lovely pattern, this. Very, very effective, can't go wrong. Anybody that fishes for Atlantic salmon should have this fly in their box. It'll take see-through too. So catch in another length of our silver holographic tinsel, and then we'll get a nice clean turn onto the mid hackle, nice and straight, and then just overlapping turns up the second part of the body to there. Follow it around with your thread, a couple of tight turns to secure. Come in and trim away your excess of your silver tinsel. Same again as the rear body, 3 turns up the front body. Follow this around with your thread, nice tight turns to secure in the wire, and then we can bend and break away the wire. Now, front hackle, it's going to be another hen hackle. It's just another match cape in blue, lovely blue colour. So I'll get a nice feather off here. There's one there. And then same what you did with the mid hackle, just stroke back the fibres to reveal the tip, a couple of turns to catch in the tip, fold your tip of your hackle back, thread turns up over the top of the tip, and come in then, break away the tip, and just one turn in front of the other of the blue hen hackle. Plenty of movement in the hen hackles. Once you see this swimming in the water, it's fantastic movement in it. It's one fly that I would never be without, is the Wilkinson. It's good for fresh fish as well as resident fish that are in the pools. It'll take both for you. So just up to there, follow this around with my thread, just catching in the stem of the hackle. I'm going to stroke back strip off, the remaining fibre. And that's what's good about these match capes. The stems are really thin, which allows you to fold your stems back. Makes for a far stronger fly if you get into the habit of doing that. And then you can come in, keeping your thread tight, you can just break away the stem. Okay, looking alright. I'm going to put on some jungle cock. And just some 2 jungle cock eyes. So we'll try and get 2 half decent eyes here. There's one. Try and get another one. One there. The pattern does does require jungle cock. Whether it catches fish or not, I'll leave that up to you guys. I think it's more for the angler than it is for the salmon. I'm just going to stroke back the fibres. Just got them in my hand here, get them lined up. Just come in and hold them onto the shank of the hook. Now these are just loose turns. I'm not tightening up because I want to check the length to make sure I'm sitting 100%. Just checking the length, because once they're in, they're secured in. Now, I'm happy enough with that, so I'm just going to tighten up with a couple of turns. I'm going to fold these stems back of the jungle cat. Bring my thread back up over the top of the stems, nice and tight. Keeping your thread tight, you can break away the stems. Then I'm going to come in and throw in a whip finish, because we're going to colour the head using the Glow Bright flosses. Now you can, this is a very effective flag too with the Glow Bright floss number 4. But I'm going to use the Glow Bright floss number 3. Just a couple of wee fibres here, just take those away. Which is the red and the Glow Bright floss. So sit there, Glow Bright floss number 3, or you could just tie the whole fly with a red thread, but I do like to use the Glow Bright flosses at the head. I like to use a white thread first. Simply wind up over the top of your white tan thread, then just come in and just do a whip finish. Pull the floss nice and tight, come in and trim away your floss, and there you go guys, that's the Wilkinson. Right, just going to come in as always with my salmon flies. First coat on the head, super glue, don't want this going anywhere else, especially using hen hackles. Read the whole way right round. Then once that dries guys, I'll come in and put on a couple of coats of varnish just to seal up the super glue. So there you go guys, you fish for salmon, get that in your box. That's a fantastic pattern to have in your box all year round, the Wilkinson. So tie a few up, hopefully you can catch you a few fish. As always, many thanks for taking the time to view the video, I really appreciate it. If you like the wee videos I'm putting together for YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel, helps the wee channel out. And until next time guys, tight lines.